Hello and welcome. This is now it's the 13th day of September 2021. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. And all bets, trades, and all that type of stuff. Obviously, your own risk, your own reward. One of the reasons I'm doing this video is the fact that I'm not too happy with Rumble right now. Probably going to do a lot more on BitChute. This is already going on BitChute. All my videos have been for a while on there as well. It's probably where I'm just going to keep them all soon, but as it is. I'm going to start this video off going over the markets. A lot of shit's going down right now, especially on the Bitcoin market. And then it's going to pretty much be woo-woo kind of stuff, psychicness, if you will, about the time that's, things going on right now. But this is what happened to me over a decade ago. Okay, then. So, Tezos, I'm just looking at the 1 minute term time frame. It's wild right now. I mean, the markets are moving pretty cool. 16,843 Satoshi down to 15,009. This is the 1 minute term time frame, but this thing is rocking right now. Nice pattern of higher highs and higher lows. It's trying to establish a third higher low, this being 1, 2, and there's 3. See if it can establish another higher high after this as far as the other short-term charts. Nice little break above this resistance. It's already been above this level of Fibonacci way back on the 1. And I like how it's been leaving the 4 right now. It's like just a beautiful setup. And on the daily term time frame, this is like nice little day up here, pause day, and this is like continuation for day number 2. Breaking level of resistance, and amongst the weekly term time frame, it looks like we're starting a nice little breakout. And back up here, I was literally like August of 2020. I'm like, come on, man, come on, go down. I was like, sold way too much. I got way more than I asked for, I suppose. Starting even back in November here, was down to the 14 handle. I was like, come on, you got to go up and down more. Okay, come on, go up. So finally, I'm able to start distributing a little bit here, and I got a lot more to go. And it's been just nice little run as far as just flip-flopping back, as I mentioned, as far as like pair trading, ratio trading that I've talked about within this. But Bitcoin is wild right now. It's down 2%. It was up quite a bit not that long ago. Setup was really good. Although, after the last little move, it's going to be an interesting day. I do think it's got a very good chance of a good setup, though. Weekly term time frame, starting a new week, holding on the 18 average of highs, starting on the week number 4, weekly term. Okay, holding on the 18, newly rising. You have this great little run. You fall below it, unable to really break down from there. So you go to correctionary phase. Market corrects through time mainly in this July period. So now it's trying to, okay, so you're trying to break above it. Okay, good luck. And it's had just a meh break, and now it's having a meh correction. It still needs to break below the 18 lows. It's even got to get there. That's at 38,000 and rising. But it's also got to get above established high here just a few days ago, or a few weeks ago rather. 53,000 change. That's what it's got to get above. You start to see that. And it does look to me as if there's a good chance that that's going to be the case, I think. However, again, this is the failed breakout. I think I talked about this in my video on the other channel, but little failed breakout here. It's just still showing a lot of weakness amongst the 18 average. But Bitcoin dominance is telling me that the hourly time frame, did I even show you that? I mean, that's where the big stuff is happening today. I haven't even showed you that. I'll go Bitcoin dominance next. I'm not even done with this. Today is just very crazy. You really can't see too much of it here, but it's these 2 periods here. Hour will probably, this is, you go up, a little bit of sideways action. There's a down move, up, down. I mean, just crazy. So big down move, big up move, big down move. At this point here, when this is going up, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a big week. I was thinking this all day and all week for what it's worth anyway. So like this little bit here did catch me by surprise, to say the least. And we look at this on the 5 minute term. It's just a crazy day. So here we have it at 1600 hours, 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. And it goes, well, it starts going down around 4:25, and it bottoms here at around 1700 hours or 5 p.m., so a little over half an hour. And then it just shoots back up. And if you have this move, it's really got to hold and stay below, like somewhere around here, like around 45.8. And even when it gets to that level here at 1855 stamp, when it got there, it did it with such force and great amazement. It's like, wow. So it was like, then that should just be a concern that, okay, are we going to like find a little bit of resistance and break it? Obviously, no. Are we just going to break it and go big? Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then, okay, the resistance here, we're starting, oh, we're at like 46.2. So it's 46.1 or whatever. It doesn't resist it. Then we have this little resistance. Originally, it doesn't resist it. So it gets above this high. Okay, so now it comes back down to the 18. Okay, this is normal. I mean, at this stage here, you'd be thinking, okay, once we get above the 18 highs, this thing is ready to roll. And ooh, so and this is where I've talked about before, where you just got to change the time frames, and even just by this, you want to hold and stay above like 45.6, like 61.8% on the way down, and that did not happen. And we can see from this period here, it's just been this grinding down. So we're not getting any recovery amongst the short term on this play just yet. And we're starting a new week as it goes. Of course, journey destination, I am extremely confident that amongst the short term time frame over the next 9 to 12, 16 months, at least for myself, cryptocurrencies are going to do very, very well. All right, then. So Bitcoin dominance, and then that'll be it for cryptos. Then I want to go into over a decade ago. And it's 41-ish or so on this level, near 41%, but just within this number, which was an area it was down at May earlier this year. And it was way up at like 70 something at the start of the year. So it's been nothing but altcoins overperforming Bitcoin throughout the entire year. The only relief has been from May 18th to this July period, which has really been the correctionary phase that has been going on within the correctionary markets. So to me, I see in this coming down, especially when I look at like this, I don't know how much I should take within the wick here, but we come down, getting up towards here and just showing the weakness like this, to me, this is just, and it has been for a little while, poised and ready for a significant move lower. As far as gold and silver is concerned, silver is down. I can't see it from here, but it's down 15 cents. Gold down the bottom here, down $1 to open the week. Not much to show here. I'm just going to show this chart just as I move into the next segment. So for those tuning out, thank you for tuning in. And for those hanging in there, this is now going to be what occurred way back on sometime in this period here, May of 2007. You've voices in your head. Oh, I don't really get much of them. Thankfully, I don't really get much of them at all. I've really tried to stop this whole like intuition, psychicness stuff for the last many years, and it's kind of worked. Although I'm going to be saying I'm going to try to get it back to it a little bit. And throughout all the years as a kid and growing up, and you all know about the whole. There's a lot of psychic scams, newspapers, all those 900 numbers, yada yada, all that type of stuff. And I try to do little things. I've had a couple or three successful times when trying to do it. And then meeting up with people, two or three people that seem to be pretty legit or good at it. One damn good at it that I knew personally. This person was good at speaking at newly crossed dead people. But that's one thing. Wow, that was just the one skill this person had. Although that person within psychicness, she was like everyone else. Man, not that great. At least from what I see. But that's not really what I'm talking about. But that's just basically who I was. And at this time, I was getting into a lot of law of attraction kind of stuff and other miscellaneous things towards that type of consciousness level. And all of a sudden, these voices come in my head, something I don't get too much. And just a simple thing as in, yeah, we're nearing the halfway point of this world. And like, wait, what? Like halfway point? Like, yeah, we've been here like billions of years and we're like, what, 15 more billion or whatever it was, like that many billion go, yeah, it's like coming soon. And then I'm thinking to myself, and what's like, other than the fact, like, what the hell's going on here? Like, this is not normal. And then I think, okay, well, 50,000, 100,000 is pretty much like nothing compared to where we've been. And yeah, but your lifetime is where we're talking here. Okay, whatever. And then it just faded off and a few days went by. And then I kind of got hit on one day, and I was almost like I was in not really a trance, but I was like captured, if you will, for like 6 7 days. And a lot of the things that happened during this time were just really unbelievable, but they happened. Situations where, one example, I had a vision in my head of Sidney Crosby getting a knee injury. And then I was like, what the hell? Why is this vision coming in my head? I'm like, this is like cruel. This is like bad. I'm like panicking. Am I creating this? Like, because the whole law of attraction kind of stuff. So like, well, let's make it good. Let's have him like win and all this type of stuff. And then 2 years later, that happens in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And there was just other small miscellaneous things, but nothing too big. And there's a lot of things, of course, which I forgot. And a situation where just in networking and finding people, I was to see this one person, an appointment. I've never seen this person before. And I was told, when you see this person, you tell that person, I am a computer. And apparently I'm like a computer in like the whole solar thing, I guess. Like I'm like that's just like I don't know. That's the best that I know of it. But that's what I was told to say, which was like weird. And then she's going to know exactly what to do. I'm like, really? Whatever. And I did that, and she did know exactly what to say. And it was like weird. It was like almost like a hypnotic trance, yes. And then she's giving me these names of these people and everything. And then I went back on the internet, and I got a lot of information, which really resembled like a spiritual sex, if you will, on people. Just I don't really want to go too much into where I can see her like it's like a male female, but it's not really. It's a bit close to it. And it's actually a scary situation. So equivalency of like, I've heard of people like psychics can see how people are going to die kind of deal. It's about as scary as that. And I did not like it. And I'm glad I don't know how to do it anymore. But it's part of that 1 week trance again. And as it went on further and further, I mean, just one more quick other thing. It was just to show you like a part of mind control. And I don't know what I did or what this person did, I guess. But it's like, I'm hitching a cab. It's like, yeah, by the way, let's manipulate the driver and whatever. Okay. So rides over. Okay, this is your pay this, whatever. So I pay the person, and he pays me back more than what the bill was by like $7-8. What the heck is going on? Like, so I said, hey, you made a mistake here, sir. And then I just corrected it, and I was like, wow, that was just crazy. And a lot of other weird, different things were going on, including even really feeling visionments of what the future is like. I'm not going to really go over that, and I can only barely remember the feelings of it. So there's like a lot of different feelings, and many different time frames in the past and future too, including the past, since they were scary. But the biggest one was the final night this happened, night number 6. And I'm in my bedroom, and I get up, I walk towards my cell phone, which is about 9, 10, 12 feet away, knowing a phone call's coming. The phone is also completely dead. Phone rings. As I pick up the phone, I turn it on and I say hello. Person calls, says, yeah, I'm coming over. Okay. Boom, hang up the phone. And that in itself was just crazy. So we hung out for a few hours, and then he left afterwards, and that's when the biggest event happened, where I basically got how everything is going to go down. As I started on the outset about the halfway point, what was mentioned was, as it starts, Big Bang, if you will, 15 billion years ago. Just imagine like a trillion of the biggest number you can of balls, and then one ball is like white and the other are black or whichever, green, whatever. One's positive, one's negative. Well, one's positive, all the others were negative, which means we started with negative energy complete. And imagine one ball attacking those trillions and quadrillions and zillions and what big number you have. It's going to be pretty tough, and it's going to take a damn long time. It's going to take like millions and billions of years just to barely break through the whole ordeal. And that halfway point talked about is where it'll be half the balls one color and half the balls the other, thus positive and negative. Furthermore, the movement, when it makes to that 50%, is going to go extremely extremely fast at mega speeds. And I got to feel some of those ones at that time, and it was just crazy. Which would mean when we hit when we go from, well, 25% would have occurred from my research about 5,000 years ago. And then 33% probably post medieval times into discovery of America's 1700s. And I don't know what, but like the going from 40 to, I think we're not even near 40 now. We could be like 37, 38 now. But the movement going from 40 to 60, like 44 to 56, or 47 to 53, is gonna be so fast. And then we're gonna reverse the exact polar opposite as we started. So the exact speed we came from will be reverse fall back from. So as things will get really fast for like a good 1-2 year period, and I think it's just starting now, that 2 year period, then we're gonna, so basically how fast things were over the last 10 years would be the same way like in 20 whatever, like for 10 more future years, and we got 15 more billion years to go. And then at the very, very end, when we're 15 billion years, there's going to be all those trillions, quadrillions of balls that will be all positive and only one negative ball along the way. Now, during this time, I'm seeing storms of monstrous proportions. It's weather. A lot of it was shown as the weather aspect of different things. That's what really, really was. That's been the only one way I can see it. And then the feeling of destruction of life, or life loss, was felt very strong. And I've never ever wanted to believe it or think, okay, well, yeah, well, that weather's just going to get bad. And that's the only one that I ever got, was that. There was never any type of envisionment of any type of, we'll say, medicine of some sort. There's a song, Bad Medicine. Yeah, whatever. Nothing about that. But a major breakdown of society where everything's got to go and we got to rebuild to the new one. And that's what the end part would be, was a break of society. Everything that there is, all fields in specific form, are going to go. And now I see them going as we see what's going on today, which is for years and years, like 2014, 15, I'm thinking, oh, how's it all going to happen? And it was very difficult for me to ever predict or plan. And that's why a lot of times I never even made any prediction videos, because I couldn't even come up with really any. And it's like, well, if I can't come up with any, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I just don't make them just to do it. They just sometimes come to me. And one of the obvious ones I think we're going through right now is a supply chain one. And I'm deciding this week to really buy a lot of extra goods, because I think it's coming soon, where it's going to be difficult to buy things sort of like April, March of 2020. But that's also on a side note too. Now, after this time frame was done, it was 2017, of course, 2007. 20 summertime, I got into markets, gold, silver, all that stuff, and then internet, YouTube. Yeah, it got really popular. Watch some videos here and there, and I'd search for different things. I got BitChute up right now, and really there was two things I searched for at the time. One was economy, and then the other was 2012, 2012, because that was a big talk back then. And I'd pretty much search it once or twice a day on each of them. And then I would search for the newest, like date added kind of deal. And then this gentleman here, Ian X. Lungold, came up in, we'll say November-ish or so of 2007. Part 1 of 10 on YouTube, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, and I watch it. Wow, this is interesting. And as I'm moving on, I'm thinking, this is the same shit that was being told to me in 2007. And a bit more of it too, because I was talking about the second half part too, like 2,000 years from now, I'm not going to talk. I got visions for what's going to happen 2,000 years from now. I don't want to talk about that. But the whole thing was in this level here. But this is what really is making me wonder. Credits to the late Ian X. Lungold, who passed away late 2005. I bet it was you that invaded me in 2007. I mean, it was the only thing to me that makes sense. Now, what was interesting about all this information was, and there's a lot of other people talking about it, a lot of this stuff is just garbage information too. It's just so bad. But this was mentioned like, oh, it's going to end in 2012. In fact, a lot of people supporting the Mayan calendar said 2011. Nobody had the date. Now, I was given when it would happen back in 2007. And it's biblical. Nobody knows the day, the hour, all that type of stuff. Yeah, that's what that is all referring to, is that time frame there. And you're not going to know it. You're not going to know it. Ever. Ever. Not today. Not, of course, not today back then. Not today, of course. And during that day when it happens, and like 5 days before. Oh, you're going to know 5 days before it's happening. Oh, damn right. It's going to be crazy during these periods of time frames. But then what's going to come into play is it's going to be... Now, this is a crazy prediction here. As we move into the future decades and centuries, the history that we have is going to be almost lost and I mean, so we're going to be destroyed, if you will. Everything. Thus, when you try to go back, it's not going to be easy. And these are the type of things I was getting. I'm like, really? No, I don't know. This is what was being said. So that, and even the time itself, the computers will always be trying to look back when was the exact moment, and they'll never know. It's always going to be a conspiracy and a guess as we move forward from when this exact major event happened. And it's never, ever going to be known. Now, during the time frame it's happening, you're going to know it's going to be... If you're alive, you're going to be a superior person. I believe you're going to be a superior individual if you're going to be alive and conscious when it's happening. Because that's another thing that I was told. That during a very short period of time, a few minutes, hours, definitely many a minutes, like 10, 20, I don't know, a short period, but a good period of time though. A small amount of people on this planet are going to be conscious. And of the survivors, and I don't know how many there will be then, there will be a lot of them in an unconscious coma-like state during the event for many moments before and after it. And in fact, even it could be even just like a very 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 at the very end, and what would be a 13... Well, number 13 comes up like crazy in all my research. But a 13-second period, like the very middle part. 6 seconds, 6.5 of it positive, 6.5 of it negative. But as it goes through, what this means is a lot more things are happening so much faster. So the amount of things that took place back years ago, the amount of evolution that would play out in the first billions of years, we go through in a few days, if not one day, whatever. But the amount of evolution that we go through now over the last few years, we'll have in 1 day, and then 1 hour, then 1 minute, then 1 second, and then a split second even. And as we move forward upon that, literally, it's the end of the Dark Age, start of the Golden Age, and everything... you go 40 to 60% positive. Then we'll slowly move it up to 100. 75% positive will be math time. 5,000 years from now. So it's 7,000 something. We probably will do time so much different, but equivalency as we know it now, 7 to 8,000 AD is where we'll hit 75%. And then 100% in 15 billion years. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.